Here I am, round 24, no pack-a-punch, no jug. I spent the whole game arguing over text with my friend about who's the king of Flavortown. Which here was the creation that started it. Some perfect turkey burgers, special sauce over here, mayonnaise, sriracha, a little bit of ketchup, chives, paprika, and a little bit of honey. Here's the final product right here. Add some pepper jack cheese and bada bing bada boom. King of Flavortown strikes again. Anyways, so my reason for bringing this up is I'm not really the biggest zombies guy at all. I don't really care too much for it. At least for the newer zombies, which is pretty much the topic of this video. Also, by the way, I did have a pack-a-punch gun. So I was joking there, but realistically, to finish this game, I had like a third of the amount of kills as everybody else. But in this video, I kind of wanted to just talk about how the newer zombies feels hollow. I mean, not even just the zombies, the multiplayer does too, which I will touch on that a little bit. Before I do go into this though, I want to say that if you're enjoying the zombies, that's great. I'm not here to ruin your shit on your parade. Also, for what it's worth, I do think that both of these zombies maps in Black Ops 7 are really nice for newer zombies maps. Specifically though, key point in that is newer zombies maps, which is what I wanted to talk on today. But I mean, before I do get into that, look at this, look at the sky on this map. Like it's probably one of the coolest skies in any zombies map. However, even though the sky looks amazing, the map really looks amazing. I think the overall lighting of the map is kind of just off. Like it's not really too scary. If we compare it to the older zombies maps, I mean, like check this out. I'm gonna play a quick couple clips. Since you've been watching this gameplay, wait till you see the transition, just the older zombies. It's just night and day. Look at this. I randomly paused a video of a game of Knocked, and this literally looks like something out of a nightmare. You're not seeing this in any new zombies map. The biggest thing are the sounds. They don't even got the mystery box sound anymore. Like, why in the world would they take that out? But the clown noise in the beginning, the zombie noises, it was just a whole different world. Those older zombies maps, they just had a vibe to them. Like, it was kind of scary. I remember being 10 years old and actually being afraid to play Knocked or Untoten solo. As a kid, like I literally, I don't think I ever did it. I would have shit myself. And then there was Verrucht, which for anyone who doesn't know about that map, that was the second zombies map in World at War, which if you played a multiplayer game with 4 people, you would have 2 people spawn on each side. But if you had 3 people in the game, 2 would spawn on one side and then 1 person would be by themselves on the other side. And if I was that one person, which I definitely was a few times, I literally would be crying inside the whole time. Like, literally probably sitting there shaking as a 10-year-old. Now, don't get me wrong. I would imagine the age of being 10 years old has something to do with that. Like if I went and played those maps now, I'm probably not going to be shaking as a 26-year-old. So I wonder if today's kids, if they're just as afraid of these newer zombies maps as we were as kids. Probably not. I mean, it doesn't really have that fear factor to it. I know I wasn't the only one as a kid that was afraid of those zombies maps. Like I've talked to my friends and stuff about it. Like those maps were just different. I mean, I guess depending on your age when World at War came out, like if the first time I played it I was like 18 years old, doubt I would have had the same response to it. But regardless of being physically afraid to even play the map, I think that even if I did go on those older maps today, it just feels more raw. Like it feels real. These newer zombies maps, I don't know, there's something about them that is just off. Like I said, I think I said it in the beginning. The overall lighting of the maps, I think, is kind of an issue. Like they're almost there. The map itself is almost really good, like an old map. But the lighting, it could be a little darker and like spookier. They just don't have that eerie feeling to them. I mean, the first map I think has it more than this one, but it's just missing something. I don't know if it's the soundtrack, the zombie noises, something like that. For some reason, newer Call of Duties fail when it comes to the audio, like different. I mean, for example, the gun sounds in multiplayer, if you compare them today versus back then the gun sounds were very different with each gun. Whereas today, they kind of all just blend in. The gun sounds just sound very dull in newer Call of Duties. I swear they're like AI generated or something, which I really don't doubt. But back then, each gun sounded very different. The gun sounded powerful. Whenever you shot those guns back in the day, they had a very satisfying noise to them, and they were different for each gun. For anyone who remembers back in Modern Warfare 2, the original one, the TAR-21 or like the AK-47, those guns just sounded amazing. And then you add a suppressor to them and they sounded even better. Those older CODs were like a rich cup of hot chocolate on a snowy day in the winter, fireplaces lit, there's Christmas lights. And for those of you in the South who have never experienced that, I don't know how you celebrate Christmas when it's like 80 degrees out, there's palm trees and you're having a backyard barbecue. Your experience on Christmas is very different than ours in the North, but that's a whole separate topic. Basically, the older CODs were like a rich cup of hot chocolate. There were depths to that flavor. Now today's Zombies is just an average cup of chocolate milk. It might be good, you might enjoy it in the moment, have some fun with it, but realistically, it's not very memorable. There's not really that depth there. You're not going out of your way for that chocolate milk. It's pretty much just an addition to your breakfast sandwich. It kind of feels like the newer CODs were just made with a formula, like a math equation. It was just typed in and created. There wasn't really it doesn't feel like there's a human touch to it like back then, which to be honest, it's to be expected. When a game first drops, like back then, there is more care to it versus now. They're aware that they can kind of just reproduce the same slop year after year, and the loyal COD fans, they're going to buy it and they will enjoy it. They're going to complain about it, but they're still going to play it. But what's kind of frustrating about this, and the reason I'm making this video, is that they were so close when making this Zombies map and the other one to something really good. Like they nailed the map. It looks amazing. The overall layout is good, but when it comes to the overall newer Zombies, having health bars, armored zombies, marked objectives, all of that it just makes it feel cheesy. Also, being able to just slide through a whole horde of zombies. Back in the day, in the older Zombies, you would not have been able to do that. You needed to kind of keep your distance against those zombies, and if a few of them were around you, you were probably cooked. There's no just jumping over them or sliding through them. Now, I know they're not catering towards our generation anymore, but like, come on, just take out the health bars, add some spooky zombie sounds and make it a little bit more ambient, and then boom, literally your zombies would be 10 times better. Like, who in their right mind thinks that armored zombies and health bars above the zombies is a good idea? It just feels more of an arcade game versus zombies. What's really ironic about COD is that it's really so ass backwards. So like, COD is aware that they're too big to fail, right? Yet they try to innovate on things that don't need change. And it just doesn't make sense. Why fix what isn't broken? You're adding this stuff to zombies that did not need change. People, I'm pretty sure in the zombies community, complain about little things like this. You know, they liked the way that Zombies was 10 years ago. They're really lazy when it comes to fixing real issues in the game, or like little bugs in the menu, stuff like that. They could have little issues in the menu that aren't fixed the whole entire cycle of the game, because they don't even care. It's like, you know, they're aware they're just going to make one next year. People are going to buy it. Why really put too much effort into it? I think that's what Call of Duty has kind of turned to, that each game has an expiration date of a year. So they're creating something for a year. It's not something that's permanent, so why really put that much effort towards it? Whereas back then, that wasn't really too much of a thought in their mind. They were trying to grow something authentically. Now it's just a game powered by greed. I mean, if you look at what they transitioned to a battle pass to copy Fortnite, although Fortnite was free. But Call of Duty still charges full price for the game of $70 or whatever dollars it is. You would think that if they're adding the battle pass and all these cosmetics, that they would take that original price out of the game, but they know that they don't have to. Their business model is actually so sloppy, but it doesn't even matter to them because it's working, and it's working better than ever. They were already successful, and if they just kept doing things as we view in the COD community, the right way, it would still be very successful. It's not like Call of Duty was hurting. They had to switch up their business model. Like, they were already a huge company and too big to fail years ago before they added the battle pass and that whole new business model. But they really just had to get greedy and turn 20 billion to 40 billion, which at that point, to those people, it's not even like it's money. Like, they're not viewing money in the same way as everybody else. Like, that, it's basically a leaderboard run, like how it is on Call of Duty, but for those ultra rich. If anything, you'd think that if you're worth $10 billion, money growing your pockets wouldn't be the biggest thing anymore. You'd try to focus on growing something real that people would enjoy, but I guess not. People who dropped Call of Duty, they turn to people that buy it year after year and they say, oh, you're the problem, which partially you are. But even if, you know, everybody did stop giving that $70, they're still gonna make so much money from Warzone and through the cosmetics and Battle Pass that like it doesn't even matter. Like they'll I would be shocked if Call of Duty ever changes their business model. But yeah, besides their business model, I mean, what I'm talking about in this video is kind of a small fix, just like little things like the health bar, armored zombies, the ambience on the map, soundtrack, stuff like that. I don't want to dive too much into greed because the opinions on that I'm sure will vary. But yeah, I don't know. In terms of these zombies nowadays and Call of Duty in general, it's just a little hollow. That's all I got for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button. Comment your thoughts down below on any of it, and if you remember the old zombies maps and how you would compare them. To me, it's night and day. Obviously, I mean, I wouldn't even group the older Call of Duties with the newer Call of Duties. I would separate it at around Modern Warfare 2019. The CODs before Modern Warfare 2019, you can compare those against each other, but the ones from Modern Warfare 2019 on, since like the new gen, I think those should all kind of be in their own category because it's basically just two different worlds at this point. But yeah, hit that like button, subscribe if you've not already, and I'll see you in the next video.